Well, Donald Trump doesn't believe in wars, right? He's going to come into office and he's going to finish off he's going to close down the Russia Ukraine war in one day. He doesn't believe in war, right? He's not going to go to war with Iran. He doesn't believe in war. He wants us all out of war. That's what he says all the time, right? But now he pretty much allowed Netanyahu to start a preemptive war against Iran. And let's be clear, Israel would not make a move unless they knew the United States will ultimately back them. They would not do it. So anybody who thinks that, well, Israel is just being a bad friend and doing as they please, Israel cannot make a move without the United States in alliance, because Israel's military could not exist without the United States. But again, Israel plays a bad cop, good cop with America. America loves the idea of a belligerent Israel doing a lot of the dirty work that they don't want to face on directly. But now, Donald Trump isn't as slick. He now writes a tweet threatening Iran, and would make you believe, if you read the tweet, that America is already definitely involved in this war with Iran. But worse, he normalizes the killing of high officials. He normalizes the killing of the Ayatollah. He normalizes the killing of those that have already been killed by Israel, civilians and military alike. I want you to listen to this piece here, and then we'll take it on the other side.
We have breaking news. President Trump has just posted new comments directed at Iran, aimed at the country's ongoing conflict with Israel. Here's what he posted on Truth Social just now. We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding, obviously a reference to the Ayatollah. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, and then in parentheses, kill, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I want to bring in NBC's Monica Elba. Monica, this follows another posting by the president where he said we have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. And as we are waiting to hear that there may be a meeting with his national security team, what can you tell us about all this?
Well, I think a couple things stand out from this, Chris. Certainly the language there that you just referenced, we have control over the skies. And then in that post that you just read aloud, our patience is wearing thin. I mean, all of this is raising the really key question here of what role the U.S. is playing or will play in this conflict between Israel and Iran. And the president is obviously taking to his social media platform to try to issue some pretty intense warnings and threats here about what, again, the U.S. may or may not do. And he's using that message and that platform to try to amplify what have been a couple of contradictory stances where in the last couple of days, everybody from his Secretary of State to other top officials have said the U.S. is not involved in this except for trying to pursue a diplomatic route, which we know right now has hit a dead end. And even last night, as he was returning from Canada early on Air Force One, he was still trying to talk about this idea that there could be a diplomatic path and that Iran could return to the negotiating table. As we know, those talks had been ongoing for the last couple of months. But this certainly ratchets it up a little bit to a next level of raising this question again of whether there would be a military action that the U.S. would support or be involved in. And it echoes some reporting from over the weekend that the U.S. and the president rejected a plan by Israel to assassinate the supreme leader, to assassinate the Ayatollah. So the president saying that he is arguing again on social media that he has the information, that the U.S. has the intelligence of his whereabouts and the way to go about doing that, but that for now he is safe and that is not what he's doing, while in the same breath saying our patience is wearing thin. And then he posted a few seconds after that in all capital letters, just the words unconditional surrender.
Donald Trump is asking for the unconditional surrender of Iran, like Iran is a child. Like if Iran is the one who started the belligerence. Look, I am no defender of Iran. I am no defender of any of these countries. To tell you the truth, all of these countries have leaders that are way beyond the pale. The thing is, I am not going to ever defend a preemptive strike on any country because you have the idea that if they develop nuclear weapons or they develop a weapon that you don't want them to develop, that somehow it's a threat to you. Well, does Israel have nuclear weapons? Of course. Should other countries preemptively invade Israel for having that? No. If you take a look at the tweet that Donald Trump wrote as well, he says to Iran, don't touch American soldiers and don't touch the Israeli civilians, right? Well, wait a minute. Then Israel, on its path to get Hamas, level Gaza? Did they kill north of 100,000 people with as many children involved? Isn't that true? Who cares more about civilian lives? Isn't Israel taking out scientists left and right in Iran as we speak and threatening to take out the Ayatollah? Suppose another country said, we are going to take out your leader. Suppose another country said, we are going to take out Netanyahu. What would be the reaction of the world be? Yesterday I played where Mehdi Hassan pointed out how the coverage is made in America, as if Israel, the great good guy, always the victim, while they are the ones that are victimizing so many. And trust me, this has nothing to do with Israel being a Jewish state. This has everything to do with what has always been for a very long time. And that is, these people don't, Netanyahu doesn't care about his constituents, his Jewish population. He doesn't care about them because he doesn't mind that knowing that many of these missiles come in from Iran for justifiably retaliating for a belligerent act by Israel. He knows that is those a lot of his folks are going to be harmed, maimed, and killed as well. He doesn't care about them. That's why he never cared about the people who got the terrorists took into Gaza. He never cared about them. In fact, that terrorist act, that vile terrorist act by Hamas on Israel, could have been stopped if he had listened to the two guards, the two women that informed him that these things were occurring. All this is an act by Netanyahu, and Donald Trump is just another piece of the action. If they take us to war, folks, if they take us to war, mark my word, the blowback won't come against Donald Trump. The blowback won't come against Netanyahu. They are safe. They have hundreds of people protecting them. The blowback is coming on you. The planes that are going to be bombed, the towns and buildings and buses, etc. Because you know what? One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. Remember that. Remember the formative years of America. The British didn't cede our freedom. We took it. And we would think that by now we would have civilized ourselves beyond war. But it is clear that those in power around the world, who least need to be in power, are the ones controlling it all.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.